Hey guys, it's Stanley again, once more, and to the new subscribers I've got.
Hola.
So I bet through the intro I just served you guessed that I was going to be talking about She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. I am so very late to this train, but I finally got to watching it. I love the show. The show is great. The animation is superb. The transformation sequences are everything I've ever hoped for. It's early in the morning. I'm having my second cup of coffee. Let's dive into this. I don't really know a lot about the Masters of the Universe franchise, but the one thing I know is that She-Ra in the original series was the sister of He-Man, but since they probably didn't have the rights to He-Man, he's not really included in the series, and to be fair, I don't really like He-Man. I feel like he's a lot. He's basically the gay icon of the 80s, but for some reason I kind of prefer the idea of She-Ra, mainly because I like female superheroes. At the same time, in the show she has a wonderful personality, which I really like in a female superhero. They often gloss over their personalities in media. But for those of you who are wondering, She-Ra is basically a dork. A giant dork. Big dork energy is coming from her in waves, which reminds me of one of my own characters, who is very similar to She-Ra, but isn't really inspired by her. I may show her on the screen right now. This is Meryl. She's a cunning woman. That's a race of, not a race actually, a practitioner of white magic. This is a comic I want to do as well one day. I have too many comic ideas. So, crash course, Meryl has what is considered white magic or cunning craft, and she fights evil with a sword she forged herself, made out of silver, because silver repels evil forces. It's blessed silver. She also has a pendant which is called the Heart of Merlin, which gives her this tremendous amount of white magical abilities. For the record, I created Meryl way before I watched She-Ra, so there is no relation. She's actually more inspired by Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Anyway, back to She-Ra. I watched the animation, I really loved it. Also, Meryl is also a big dork. That's a personality trait I really like in a female superhero character who is strong, but also is a dork. And I feel like that's why I watch Creepshow art as well. But we stan big dork energy from a female protagonist. We love that. It's great. It's very lovable and realistic. In the series, basically what happens is there's this girl, Adora, who is working for the Horde. You probably know the story, but I'm going to summarize it anyway. She's working for the evil Horde, and for some reason she's been raised to not believe it's evil, although there are a lot of red flags. They live in what is called the Fright Zone. These soldiers are brainwashed from a young age, I guess, and they live there. So Adora also has a friend, Catra, who is a cat lady, cat girl, a Neko. She's the obligatory furry of the series. So anyway, Adora sneaks out, finds the Whispering Woods, she meets Bow and Glimmer, who become her friends. She realizes that the evil horde is actually the evil horde and is destroying Etheria, which is the planet they live on, which is it's a whole thing. But she finds a sword in the woods, which transforms her into She-Ra, the Princess of Power. And I like the new title that it's She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, because it's her job to unite all of the princesses, and it's not just her. It's basically the unity of the princesses of Etheria, which creates this power of friendship, which can defeat everything, and it's nice. I like the queer representation that happens there in this show, which is progressive, but at the same time it's a show on Netflix, so it's not really targeted at kids, I think. I'm not sure what the target demographic is, because I'm mentally 80 and at the same time 8 years old. It's an entire mood, so it's hard to me to distinguish which age group this is for. But I like it. I like that there's more progression. There's a lot of queer representation in a cartoon. The creator kind of pulls a J.K. Rowling at some points and makes characters have secret boyfriends or secret girlfriends which are of the same sex, but like they're never mentioned as such in the show's canon. At the same time, there are some couples which are hinted at, but not really specified fully. There's a character who is hinted at being trans, and there's another character who was confirmed to be trans, but not in the show, not by the show's canon, but by the creator saying she is. I prefer these things to be hinted in the show, rather than being blatantly stated by the creator, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to listen to a lot of interviews from the creator. I just like to enjoy the show, and I like to see these things in the show and not outside of it. It's the same thing with J.K. Rowling, but J.K. Rowling is objectively worse offender. I'm not gonna talk about the other controversy she's been into, because this is not it, but I don't like things like that being said outside of the given series or franchise. With that being said though, I like the fact that there is so much representation. Bow is one of my favorite characters. We stan Bow. Bow can get it. Bow can get it a lot. Glimmer is literally queen. Adora is great. Entrapta is great. Entrapta is actually, I think, representation for people on the spectrum, the autistic spectrum. But don't get me wrong, the representation is great, but that's not the main reason I like the show. I like the fact that it's handled pretty well. This representation of different sexualities, different types of people which don't really get a lot of screen time most of the times. The reason I like She-Ra is because of the story and characters. The story is really nice. It's kind of simple-esque, but not really. There are twists and turns. At the start I was thinking one thing was accurate, and then towards the end you realize that it's not really that. It's kind of different. Maybe somebody is getting false information, which throws the audience off, and so on and so forth. I like that they humanize the villain so much. Lord Hordak, I love him. They humanized him very much. I liked, because at the start he was this scary monster overlord creature, and in the end you know him as a character, you know his motivations, you know where he comes from. He's not one-dimensional, he's very good. He's really good. Love him. The only character whose motivation I'm kind of about is Shadow Weaver. Shadow Weaver is a great character, but I'm not exactly sure where she was going with everything. I guess she just wants power. That's her motivation, but then she overcomes that for some reason. I'm not really sure. She's a human character as well. She's humanized a lot. She has her feelings and she has reasons to do the things she does. Angela is great. She's a great character. I don't want to put spoilers here, so I'm basically just saying that I'm trying to be purposefully vague about the plot and talk about mostly the characters. The first plot we get introduced into is She-Ra having to unite all of the princesses together, empower them, and balance the planet. And after that it's like other stuff. At some point she goes to space, so that's a thing that happens. There's a lot of creepy stuff happening, which is nice. I love creepy stuff, like creepy villain stuff. We stan a creepy villain. I'll probably draw the characters at some point because I really like them. I like their designs. Compared to the old show by Filmation, I think it was, the new designs are a lot more diverse and cool, because in the old animation, all of the princesses looked basically the same. They had the same body type. They had similar outfits, but with different colors, and I'm not very compelled by these designs. In the new series, they have very distinct features, like Perfuma is very slim, she's tall, she has that hippie aesthetic, she's darker skinned, she has some freckles, her face is long, she basically has very long features. Frosta is a literal child. She's 11 years old. She kinda looks like Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls. Then Entrapta is from the old series is this weirdo. She's completely different in the old series. She's this glam octopus hair woman, while in the new series she again has darker skin with her purple ponytails and her steampunk scientist attire, since she's supposed to be an evil genius and not a sexy lady, but at the same time she's also very pretty. There's Glimmer, who is completely different from the original, and I love her new design a lot more. She's a bit heavier, she's short, she has poofy hair, she's very tomboyish, which is interesting to see because her whole kingdom is based on glittery, shiny stuff. Like she's all lavender colored and pink colored, and at the same time she wants to kick ass. Like she wears these gloves, fingerless gloves, which are very tomboyish. She has her comfy boots. I like that mix of aesthetics, like between very girly and very tomboyish. Well, it's not really very tomboyish, but it's kinda tomboyish. Like you don't see a magical fairy princess wearing fingerless gloves, which are thick and like combat boots. Was she wearing combat boots? She was wearing boots which were very massive. Yeah, she had comfy boots. Massive. Nice. I just said a spoiler and I'm going to delete that from the recording. But yeah, Old Glimmer is just this lady. I don't really like the design. I don't like it. She has pink hair. Yeah, she's very lavendery, but at the same time, I don't like the headpiece. I don't like the entire outfit. Like, I don't really hate it, but compared to the new version, it really lacks personality. Bo is the sweetest. I love dorky male characters as well. So, him, Bo, and Seahawk. I love both of them. I live for them. I will do anything for them. We stand. I wanna draw them first. Bo and Seahawk. I love Seahawk's mustache. That mustache rocks. That mustache is everything I wanted in life. I want it, I need it right now. Okay, this is getting a little bit heated. Anyway, this isn't a review really. I'm just talking about it. If I would do a review, I would actually make notes. I'm just simping over this show. Oh my god, I just found a Glimmer hate page on Twitter. Why? What has Glimmer done to you? The caption is, I hate Glimmer, she's a dummy dumb. Glimmer hate page. The banner is Glimmer with a word bubble saying, I am stinky. What is this? Basically the tweets are about the show, thoughts and opinions. There's nothing about Glimmer. But, okay, this is a thing. There's Twitter hate pages for Glimmer. I don't know why I like Glimmer. Yeah, she made mistakes. She made mistakes. Horrible mistakes. But she fixed them. Yeah, she's a good character. I like her. Also Mermista. Mermista is queen. Mermista is mood. Mermista is life. Oh my god, there's horrible, very horrible Glimmer dolls. And I am dying. Oh, but this one, there's nice ones too. Anyway, let's move over from that. So I hope this very late review talking about, discussing, simping over an animated show which had its last season aired this year, I think. I hope this entire video takes your mind off of the hellscape that YouTube has become. I hope this is a glimmer of joy for you in these very dark times. I know that the world is falling apart, people are getting cancelled, I have beef with Creepshow art, and it just really sucks, but I'm here to provide something. It's something, alright. And I'm here to provide it. I hope you enjoyed whatever this was. Someone's texting me. Like and subscribe, please. I want to grow and expand here on YouTube, even though my content is subpar at best. Am I saying that word right? I don't know. Like and subscribe. You can turn on notifications if you want, and if you want you can not do that. I'm not telling you what to do. I am begging, I'm requesting it. I am asking you. I am saying pretty please. And I hope you have a great day. It's still morning here. It's almost noon actually. I'm still drinking my coffee. And I hope you have a nice whatever it is on your end. Bye!